Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is The Love and Odd. Today, it's going to be a comparison video. I've been wanting to do a comparison video with the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mirage comics versus the 87 cartoon. So, right off the bat, I know it's a bit crammed, but we're going to move some of the Ninja Turtles aside. But before we look, let's look at each Ninja Turtles and do a comparison with each little characters. So, right off the bat, hold on, I'm actually gonna have to fix this around. All right, there we go. So right off the bat, we have Leonardo himself. Yes, the leader. Now, with these Ninja Turtles, we are gonna look at the accessories, but that's gonna be later. But man, oh man, this looks like it came out straight from the cartoon. This looks like it came from straight out of the comic. Each of them look great on their own designs, even though the 87 one has familiar designs, but the Mirage comics have different designs. So these are from single boxes. This is from, well, 4-pack. Each Mirage comics that I did review on, each from single packs, while the 87 one is in, same 4-pack. And I know they did an original one like 2019 or 2018, they had the different head sculpts, they had a different color, way more brighter. It was supposed to be like the advertisement for the Ninja Turtles because they changed the Ninja Turtles look for the advertisement than the show. So there's two different versions you could want and get, but I wanted to get the nice classic 87 color scheme. And my goodness, the color itself, they look very wonderful, look very good. Some of them messed up with a few paint, like right there, you see. But, I mean, either way, they're still good-looking Ninja Turtle figures. I mean, my goodness. They're very wonderful, very colorful. Of course, it's going to be the same colors for each of them, but, like, with the color schemes, it looks wonderful. And with Leonardo, my goodness, with the Mirage comic, it's going to be my favorite. You're probably going to have a different opinion, and that's fine. But man, oh man, the Mirage comic Leonardo looks so beautiful looking. The sculpt, the paint job, everything about this figure just makes me smile. Of course, we have his bow and arrow right there with his few arrows in his little pouch. I should have taken those off since we are going to look at the accessories later, but I mean, they're on them. So, anyways, the head sculpt, you could look at him, you could see a little bit of him. You could actually move it a little bit down and you would see his face, but usually when he looks up, that's how it looks like, but you could still see his eyes. But my goodness, each of them have their own different colors with the Mirage comics. Of course, in the Mirage comics, I love them, but they have their own, they don't even have their own. The way you could tell the difference is by their weapons, because if y'all don't know the Mirage comics, that's fine. They all used to have red bandanas, and I like the red bandanas. So this looks pretty good. I like it. Very wonderful. A wonderful little art piece. So let's move on to the next one. So I did want to just do a comparison with one single one, but each of them have their own looks, and they look different. So let's continue. Next up, we got the man who does the machines, Donatello himself. Now, of course, with the colors, again, same thing with Leonardo. They're basically the same. They're on the same body. They just changed the color of the bandanas. I mean, it's really not a difference. But either way, looks pretty good. The only difference is he could put his bow staff while Leonardo could put two of his katanas and sculpt it differently. So very nice. But with this version, he doesn't have it, but I will show you what you could do. So, and he still looks very wonderful. None of these are like bad, but I'm gonna be honest about my comparison and be honest with have an honest opinion on what you want to get or what you don't want to get. Because I know they have the 2012 Ninja Turtles, and man, oh man, I don't know if I want to get them. A bit hesitant, but either way, they look pretty good. They look pretty good. Wow, the Donatello for this one looks so beautiful. I changed his bandana with the, hold on. with the NECA Michelangelo, but you know what? Might as well. We're gonna look at that later with the Michelangelos. So I switched his bandana. Looks way better how it is. He came with this bandana. I apologize. Again. Sorry, this is a lot to take in. We're gonna look at all of them, so I'm kind of messing up my words. I apologize. So this is the original bandana with Donatello. He does come with 2 bandanas. Same thing for this Michelangelo. He comes with 2 bandanas. I mean, like I said, all of them have their own distinct look, and each of them from different stories. So if you don't like it, that's fine. But if you do a little comparison, he and Donatello, Leonardo and Donatello, kind of look the same, but you could see a few smudges of dirt. Kind of makes it look a bit darker than what he has. And also, he doesn't even come with the bow staff. I just pulled that out from the Wanderer set. But either way, he still looks great. If you do have all of them, I would recommend using the Wanderer set and use this as a, well, basically as his bow staff. Even though it's probably a spear, but just use your imagination. Who cares? And then take this out. He also comes with tools. If you, I mean, obviously, you guys could see, they look very wonderful, very good looking tools, very well sculpted and painted. So you could put this right here, very nice, and then you could just have him holding a tool. It's not all the way in, but you get the gist. So, again, they're very wonderful and very well articulated. I love these figures so much, so that's why I'm a bit hesitant to pick up the 2012 ones, even though I do love the 2012 show and the 2003 show, which I know NECA is one day going to release their own 2003 Ninja Turtles, which that would be so cool. I know Super 7 did that recently, but maybe. So, either way, they have their own designs. They look great. I'm trying to make sure if there's anything. Donatello, I think that's he is a bit dirty. So both Leonardo kind of have some smudges on them, but it came like that in the package. Nothing wrong. So if you're curious, that's how it is. So they look very wonderful. And then, of course, we're going to save Michelangelo for last. We're going to save that for later. Because, my goodness, they look so beautiful all together. So, now we have Raphael. Cool, but rude. So, let's just take this off. The accessories, he looks pretty great. I should have taken these off, but you want to see the full design of the character. So you could see very clearly, let me pull the Mirage comics over here. So you could see very, very differently. Complete different colors, way different. Also, he looks more older. He looks more beat up. He looks more scratched up. Again, all of them have some great shadings, as you can see. More shadings than what they had for the 87 one, which for the 87, they were fine, but when I found out they had single packs, I wanted to get these because they had a 4-pack of all Ninja Turtles, but they all look the same, which of course, that's how they did in the comics, so it's very accurate. So I was a bit hesitant to try to find that, and I was like, whatever. And then I found at Walmart the $30 Michelangelo, and then I was like, you know what? Now I want to collect all the other ones to have like my own definitive Mirage comics, my definitive Ninja Turtle collection. So again, I'm a big Ninja Turtle fan, and I'm so happy to own these. Yeah, I know I don't got the Mezco or the Super 7, but I don't care. These are so much better. So if you look closely, they also have pinless. Each 87 one are pinless, while the Mirage comics are not pinless. It sucks, but does it make it a big deal for me? Not really, because the articulation with each figure it's kind of similar. Some things are a bit different. Some things are a bit same. Depends on which one you like. Have fun with it. I don't care. As long as you're happy with it, that's good. I'm happy with both of these figures, but my goodness, it's just, like I said, it's on the same body, looks the same. It looks very nice either way. I mean, like I said, this looks like came straight out of the cartoon, the 87 cartoon. While the Mirage comics, yes, they all have the same body, but they all have their own distinct look from each comics. So I love that so much. And the details, the art, it basically, action figures to me are art pieces. Like, look at this. This is so beautiful. He looks, the head sculpt, I also love. I know with the 87 cartoon, if y'all see my review, which y'all guys could look at, I did each reviews of all of these figures, by the way. So, either way, they could switch around their heads. You could pop off their top of the head, switch to mouthpieces, and then you kind of have different expressions. Not bad, but it still doesn't beat how wonderful and how beautiful this figure moves around. Like I said, no Ninja Turtles have bad articulation. None of them, but it's just, ooh, just right there. All right. Anyways, so sorry about that. So each Ninja Turtles, they have their own look, and very wonderful look, I must say. So now we got everyone's favorite party dude, Michelangelo himself. Michelangelo, my favorite. And now we're just looking at them from different eras, basically. Of course, or unless this comic came out later than this. But whatever, I'm doing it on actual first appearance. Because they came out, of course, they didn't come out with this design in 1984, but still, Mirage Comics. This one came out in 1987. This one, again, I don't know what year. I apologize. Please let me know. But my goodness, each Michelangelo looks wonderful. So we're gonna look at Michelangelo himself, just the 87 one. He comes with, well, of course, you could see some beautiful chain nunchucks. They look very wonderful. They look very wonderful. So that's an A+ by it right there. His hands are a bit loose with some of the Ninja Turtle figures. The 87, some of them are a bit loose. I don't know why. Maybe I put some of the wrong accessories in there, but be careful. But yeah, he looks very great. He looks very happy, very adorable. We all love Michelangelo. Let me know what's your favorite Ninja Turtle down in the comments below. But anyways, so Michelangelo, he looks the same like all of them. Like I said, the only difference is the color and then the chest. Well, not the chest emblem. I mean the belt emblem. I apologize. And third different thing is half of them don't have pouches to put their weapons in, and some of them do. With the, I would remove this, but it did come off. I accidentally pulled it way too hard, and then I pulled this right here, and then it falls off. So I have to put this in the arm, and then put the hands next, and then it holds on tight, so it doesn't really mess it up. But I do want to let y'all guys know, be careful with that. But either way, they look very wonderful. Like I said, each of them look like they came straight out of the cartoon. Wonderful coloring, very well done shading, because you can see here there's some shading between in the back right here. So yeah, I know some people don't like it, but I don't mind the extra details. I'm fine with that. Now we have the Mirage comics, my first Mirage Ninja Turtles, since I did miss out on the ones from 2008. But I was a little kid, and I did not know they made some quality, beautiful figures like those. And now they're like $1,000 to get for each individual. So this is the better route. I've always loved this design either way, even though I love the 1984 design. They look so wonderful, wonderful. But either way, he looks very, very wonderful. You can see more shading with the character. So you see more shading around here, around the front. And then over here, there's like a little bit of shading right there, but it's out on the edge. But either way, I wanted to get each different Ninja Turtles, have their own different looks, and also story-wise, character-wise, look-wise, accessories-wise, because he did come out with the spear, and then I gave the spear to Donatello, but we're going to talk about that later. So this Mirage comic Ninja Turtle looks so beautiful. The shading is so beautiful and crisp. The color looks so bright and colorful and crisp. More details around him looks very wonderful. You can see a bit like dirty smudge. I don't know if you can, but like some gray smudges right there. There's some around the area, but you gotta look really, really close. I didn't do nothing. It just came in the package like that. So very well done with the NECA over here. NECA, I love their figures. They're so wonderful. The head articulation. Well, there's more better articulation with the other Ninja Turtles than this one, but we're not here to do a comparison with the figures. We're just here to look at the look-wise, the articulations, either way, for both of the sets. They look wonderful. But yeah, either way, he does come with string, so not that bad. And then with the Wanderer, Michelangelo, 10 times better. Holy crap. I remember when this came out, I was like, I don't know, I'm a bit hesitant on getting it. And then when it came out, seeing some people say good things. Me, I want to have my own opinion. And it's literally probably the best Michelangelo figure from NECA. Like I said, there's Mezco's, there's other toys that they have. I don't have the 1991, even though I would love to have those, but I don't really care anymore. These are my definitive Ninja Turtles, the Mirage comics. But look at the coloring. Look at the shading. The shading over here. You get two different greens. You get dark green, and I guess you could say lime green. But my goodness. And then the back, also wonderful. Very, very well painted, very well sculpted, articulated. Everything is so beautiful about each figures. They have their own personality. They have their own unique stories from the comic. So each of them have their own things. Well, 87, you're like, oh yeah, they're the 87. Yeah, you could say any episodes or just even design-wise. Yeah, it's the 87. Well, the Mirage comics have so much backstory to them, have so much, what's the word? Some oomph, I guess you could say. I don't know. But either way, they look so well done. And then we are gonna look at accessories. So let's move. We're just gonna have Michelangelo in the bottom, since this was my first one to get for the Mirage. Now we're gonna look. I do have them in bags. So we're gonna look at the 87 ones first. So let's look at the 87 ones. So you get 4 pairs of different, well, you get 4 trench coats when you could put on the trench coats on them. By the way, if you're curious, yes, the trench coats actually fit. Well, I think they do fit. I remember putting it on last time. It does fit. Never mind. It does fit for the Mirage comics over here. And it does fit, of course, for the 87 one. So you get 4 beautiful, well-done jackets. Very well stitched. Then you get 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different pants. Then you get, hold on, actually, sorry, this is a bit so crazy. Then you get 4, well, the same 4 fedoras, so that's pretty good. And then you get the creepy man baby heads. They look very weird and very unsettling, but each of them, they look the same, but it's only these, the ones that are the same. So you have 2 extra of these, and you have 2 extra of these. So either way, you do get a lot. There's still more to go. So again, it depends on which one you want to get. If you don't want to get the 2012 or the 1990, that's completely fine. No worries. But the 87, they do come with a lot of accessories. So you'll get a lot more fun play features with these poor turtles. Now, of course, let's look at the little accessories here. So you get a boombox, a skateboard, very disgusting toppings on a pizza, a regular pizza, but it's on a tray. So this one's not, but place it on there. There you go. You get a weird hat, as it says right there, a weird. And now you have the tortoise, the hare, and the tortoise. Sorry about that. It's been a while reading this book. Can't open it, so what's the point? And then you got a nice little image of a turtle winning a trophy, so that's very nice. And then you get a nice slice of pizza, and then you get Pete the parrot. I mean, Pete, I apologize. You get Pete himself, that's his name. That's the bird's name. Now, with him, I had him on my shelf one time, and when he fell down, he did break a leg. I don't know. There's been many times where I accidentally fall down on my shelf, but now with my new shelf, way more sturdier, this one, again, fell on my old shelf, and yeah, I'm not as mad at it, but don't really could do anything. So yeah, that sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't really care for that accessories. Was I disappointed? Yeah, but I was like, yeah, I don't really care. The Ninja Turtles itself is more important. And then, with each Ninja Turtles, you get 4 different heads that you could swap. And like I said, or if you've seen my video, you could pop off these heads and then you could switch their mouth around. Then you can have different expressions on them. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. Now, I did have, well, these are used, but there's 2 missing hands that, well, with the high 5 missing. So you should get 4 of these. And I can't remember if you do come extra with all the other hands. I did say on my video, but I can't remember which ones. So you get 2 pointing hands, 4 thumbs up hands, and then 1 grip, well, 2 gripping hands, but each of the Ninja Turtles already have some gripping hands. So they look very wonderful either way, but man, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought these were going to be my definitive Ninja Turtles, but when I got the Mirage ones, that one I got more excited and more happy about. So if you want to get the 87 one, you do get a lot of accessories, but it's going to cost you maybe $120 to $150, depends if you can find a good deal, a good price. Now, we're going to look at the Mirage Comics accessories. Oh, yeah, I forgot. This one came with the wing nut and screw loose pack, so this not count. This not count. This is just no. So let me take out each accessories. I know there's a lot, so let me separate them and show you which ones we have. So for Donatello, you get a typewriter for that set. You get a Donatello with the bandana that actually comes on with him. For this head sculpts, you only get 1. Basically, you only get 1 interchangeable for the Mirage Turtles, and it's the Donatello one. But if you want to pretend, since they did used to wear red bandanas, you could switch this on, pretend it's Mikey, and have fun with it. Hold on. There's a lot. You get 1 pointing finger for Donatello, and you got to make sure it's not swapped out, because the hands, you could tell they're more dirtier for Donatello, a bit more dirtier. So you get 1 pair, and then you get 1 gripping hand if you want to like hold a Mauser. So very nice. And then hold on, you get, yep. See, I was about to mix them up, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, there we go. You get 2 fist hands for Donatello. Very cool. And then I think that's about it. I don't want to mess anything up. So you get these pairs of hands, 2 pairs of fists, and 2 hands that are way different gestures. But either way, for Raphael, you get a nice little stingray. Very nice. So nice little stingray. You get, and also with Raphael, you won't be losing or lost with this, because you could easily tell by the colors. So you get 2, I guess I would say open relaxed hand, but it looks like he's about to grip on something, but whatever you want to say. Then you have the hands where you could hold his little, I would say toothpicks, but they're not really toothpicks. They're like little throwing knives, but very good. And then there's 3 of these, but the little 3 throwing knives. So you get that. Then you get these way better ninja stars than what you get with the first Mirage comics. So I love these ninja stars way more. Very well sculpted. And then you get, I think, what is this weapon? I forgot. But it does come with the Michelangelo and the Raphael. But with this one, way more brighter, while this for the Michelangelo was a bit more lighter. Unless I got them backwards then. Oh crap. And then for the Michelangelo, like I said, he does come with the Michelangelo one. He does come with the 2 katanas. His 2. By the way, the nunchucks are completely different than what they were on the original one. If you look closely, way more different and way more details with the Mirage Wanderer. So there's a little spear or a bow staff, if you want to say, but it's probably a spear, but I would say it's a bow staff for imagination. Who cares? You could say whatever, no worries. So you get 5 weapons. Well, actually 6 weapons. Even this one. Don't remember that weapon. Then you get gripping hands or relaxed hands, like I said. You could just tell by the difference by the dark green and for the padding right there. Then you get 2 fist hands. Not bad. And then for the Mirage Michelangelo, you get gripping hands where you could put the nunchucks in way more, because the other ones that he has more smaller and more tight, while this one more opened, and then you could easily just put the nunchucks between his fingers, and then there you go, you could have him holding the nunchucks like that. He also, for the Mirage comics, this one, Michelangelo, he comes with his own bandana, way more different. Some throwing stars. Let's move you right there. And from one of the comics, I can't remember, was it the 2nd or 3rd issue? I can't remember. But I remember they were with the, I forgot their names. The Tyrannosaur? I forgot their names. I apologize. Please put down the comments down below. I was going to say comics. I apologize. I remember the guy. It was the damn dinosaurs. Son of a bitch. But I remember they were in the 2003 show. They were in the 2012 show. I think maybe the 1998, the 1987 show? I don't know. But I remember that it was in the 2nd comic or the 3rd comic where they went to space. Or was it the 5th one? I can't remember. It's been a while. So basically, I do remember this one. So, and if you do remember this one, then you know which one I'm talking about. But you can't fit it since their hands are so bulky and big. Well, with their arms, you can't. So if you have the original 2008 Mirage comics, you could easily fit them for this hand. So very good. And then for the Leonardo Mirage comics, he comes with nice, just, I guess you could say karate chop hands. I was going to say relaxed hands, but they look more like karate chop hands. And then they kind of look familiar with Donatello. I get it, but just completely different. This one's a bit more darker than what the Donatello has for him. So each of them have their own accessories. You could switch them out. Color-wise, for the hands, not so much, really. Like I said, since some of the Ninja Turtles look a bit lighter, like for this Ninja Turtle, for the Leonardo Mirage comic Ninja Turtle, looks a bit more lighter. Oh, yeah, before I continue, my bad. Oh, yeah, hold on. Before I continue. Then you also get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You get 7 tools with minus the spear or bow staff, but that doesn't come. It comes with the Wanderer. So you get 7 different tools, which is very good. I mean, come on now. Donatello needs his tools. I know they have like a little extra accessories pack, but I don't care. I'd rather just get the ones with the actual tools. So you get four. Yes, you get 4 arrows, you get 1 bow staff, you get 1 katana, you get 1 little, I guess you could say a blade, but, I mean, it is a blade, but, I mean, it's not, it's a mini sword? I don't know. But they're very well done and very well painted. So you get all those accessories with Leonardo, you get all those accessories with Donatello, so I think that's pretty good. So, either way, both of them, their own sets, their own things, again, I'm just blown away and so happy that NECA just came with these figures. So wonderful, very, very just beautiful art pieces. And if you did miss out on the 2008 ones or the 1990s, or I don't know, they have a lot of like NECA Ninja Turtles, so it's kind of hard to choose which one. But if you see this video, if you bump into it, come across to it, I recommend, well, I'm going to give my ratings. Because, again, you do get less accessories, but still a lot of hands and a lot of weapons for the Ninja Turtles. Even though there's other Ninja Turtles you could get, but I'm just talking about my 4 Mirage comics that I have in my collection. I know there's people who have extra ones, but I just like to have one single versions of the Turtles. Even though I had the 87 one, but I thought that was going to be my definitive one, but either way. So, comparison. For the 4-pack and for single packs, same color, different colors for each of them. I'm going to be honest. It's the Mirage comics all the way. The Mirage comics, Ninja Turtles, all the way. They are so well done, so well articulated, way more articulated than with these. Even though, yes, they're very well articulated, but these are, my goodness, they're so beautiful. I know they're not pinless, but I don't care. The Donatello, Donnie over here, he's pinless, but if you look closely, which Ninja Turtle? I apologize, hold on. I think what's the, can't remember which Ninja Turtle. Whatever. So, I know there was one that was pinless, but it wasn't really pinless. But, either way, it's the Mirage comics all the way. If you love the 87 one, good for you. I recommend getting the 87 if you're a fan of that. But if you love the Mirage comics and you can't afford the 2008 ones, and if you want to just go to get a single pack and get each pack by yourself, or just single, not even collect them all, that's fine. I recommend the Mirage comics. This was going to be my only one, but then I liked each different look from the Turtles and from the stories. Wonderful. So, yeah, I'm going to have to say the 87 wins by a mile. I mean, not the 87. The 87, it wins. Both of them win, by the way. They're not bad-looking figures. They're winners. They both look good. But Mirage comic-wise, you know me, guys. I like to be honest with my reviews. It's the Mirage Turtles all the way. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. I'm going to do more comparison videos soon in the future. And, of course, more other videos soon. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Hope y'all have a wonderful day or a wonderful night or a wonderful morning, wherever y'all guys are. And take care. Goodbye.